I think a lot of people at home right now are going to be cheered up by seeing our first guest. Please welcome Jason Momoa.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ellen.
Hi. That's
Hello.
Andy in the background clapping. He's outside. I don't let him in.
What's up, Andy?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
How are you doing? It feels like to me you're the one guy that would be prepared to be quarantined because you have a fun house. You have so many things going on there.
I do, yeah. We've had a really nice time. I rarely get to be home, so it's pretty special. And there's a lot of things. We got skateboard ramps and climbing walls and throwing tomahawks and shooting bow and arrow. And so we have a little bit of space. So I feel very thankful, and it's just nice being home. I'm never home, so.
Yeah, I bet you're always working. Where are you right now? What room are you in?
I'm in my man cave, one of the man caves. This is
okay.
Kind of motorcycles and guitars and like that, stuff like that. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
Okay, yeah. I just didn't want to judge your living room. That's what your living room looks like. I didn't want to.
Yeah, this is definitely not my.
Just checking.
It's just the man cave.
So,
it's very.
Yeah. All right. There's all kinds of things hanging back there. It's like you're a craft person. Like you could make all kinds of things back there. What are those things hanging up?
Well, those are that's paintings I do with my daughter when she was a little young. So there's a lot of paintings and art books, and then the things hanging are probably things from movies. Like I got some souvenirs. I don't know if I'm supposed to show it on TV, but maybe.
Are they boobies?
You know, that's from Game of Thrones. I'm sure you all remember that. So
sure, yeah. Is that a knife? Are you wearing a knife on your belt right now?
No. It's just a holster. I took the knife out, because you're not supposed to have knives on the show.
You just have a holster for a knife, just in case you want to walk around with a knife?
I took it out. I took it out because, I
was
climbing with the baby, so I have it on my pants. But we were just finished rock climbing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm going to start carrying a knife.
Yeah, Andy, you should not carry a knife. You can barely hold a pen. So Jason, how old are you? Your kids are what, 12, and how old are they?
11 and 12. Yeah, Lola's 12, Wolf's 11.
How are they dealing with this? I mean, I know you said there's a lot of stuff for them to do there, but so many kids are like missing their friends, and how are they doing?
Kids are doing really well. Everyone's kind of in virtual school. My son Wolf was already being homeschooled anyway, so it kind of was easy for him. And then they have time to check in with their friends, but I think they're really loving it. They're loving having me home, and we're having a great time, and we're just getting around like everybody else is. So, but thank God they have their teachers, and much respect, because it's kind of for me. They don't go to me for any. I'm like the PE coach, you know what I mean? Like, get your ass outside. Want to go rock climb, skateboard, but that's about it.
Well, they need PE, so at least they have you for that. So let's look at this meme that's going around with reminding people to wash their hands. You've seen this, I assume.
Yes. I never thought I would be the candidate to promoting washing themselves, but I'm pretty stoked about that. So I'm glad how it worked out.
Right. Well, it's
really
pretty much a compliment. Yeah. It's for people to wash their hands like they're washing you.
Very good physique.
Yeah, he does. He has a very good physique, Andy. And yet I heard that you don't like to work out.
No, not a fan. I like doing the things I love to do, but yeah. I mean, right now I've been doing a lot of just taking it easy on the eating, because I'm a big fan of food, and I can't really get all the things I like. So I just been walking, riding my bike, and just trying to thin out a little bit. I've been getting a little heavy.
Really? Andy, do you have any exercises for him to do?
Yeah, I like a good slow walk, and sometimes I'll put on 2-pound wrist weights to just add a little weight. It's a good workout.
Okay, Jason, that should do
I'm
it.
going to take that 2-pound weights on the hands. I got it. I'm going to do that. Thank you, Andy.
They get heavy after a few minutes. It gets heavy. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I think he would be surprised. All right, so let's talk about the last time you were on the show. You were Elvis. It was Halloween. We should explain that. You didn't just come as Elvis. And you were so fantastic, and you got so into it, and you looked so good. And then I heard that you left, and Clint Eastwood's office is right next to our studio, and you ran into Clint Eastwood dressed as Elvis.
Yeah, and I freaked out, and I ran over to him, and then I was like yelling at my kids to come over, who they have no idea who Clint Eastwood is, but I was just totally, I'm like, get over here, get over. And they're just like, I don't know who this old man is. And I was really, really happy coming down off of, being on your show. And I probably look like a psycho, but he was, it could have went bad, but he was really, really kind. And he let us take a family photo, and Clint was, he's everything I wanted him to be. So I can't help to fanboy, but it's Clint Eastwood. So.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I would assume he's going to put you in a movie. That's what I'm assuming, that just running into him would give him an idea to put you in a movie.
Hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Know. Although I think the next thing you should do is a comedy, because I don't think people got to see that you're funny. And then with the Super Bowl commercial that you did, you got to show your humor.
Yeah, it was. We both got to be in the Super Bowl. Both of our of our partners too.
Yes, exactly. That was very cool. And another cool thing, that you're in Ozzy Osbourne's newest music video, and I know that you're a huge fan. Massive
Black Sabbath fan, and so I got that. It's pretty cool, because I was supposed to. I wanted to go to their last concert in Birmingham, and I had tickets, and a friend got me hooked up through Sharon, and then our dog passed, and I flew home from London, and I missed the last Sabbath show. Obviously, I want to be there for my family, so. And then it was just a bummer. And then they gave me a call, and she just remembered that I was a big fan. And Sharon called me and asked if I would help out Ozzy and do like a little promo. And I was like, kidding me? I never would ever dream that up. So it was, I was like, hell yeah, I'll do whatever you want, Ozzy. So it was very fun.
Ellen.
Very cool.
Ellen, what was the last Black Sabbath? I know you were a big Black Sabbath concert goer. When was the last time you saw them live?
The last live tour?
Yeah, with Ozzy.
Was what was the name of the last tour, Jason?
What was it called? I don't know, but it was about 2 years ago. It was about 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. That was 2 years ago,
That's
Andy.
right.
I forget the name of it also.
I know. I just remember because you had the black nail polish.
Right, exactly. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back. And we're going to talk a little bit more with Jason and about his water, which I'm very excited about, and everyone else should be too. We'll be right back. You have a new movie coming out this year called Dune, which, first of all, tell me about it, but I hear that it was shot in Jordan in a very cool location.
Yeah, we got to shoot in Wadi Rum, which was, I've never seen anything like it. It was like shooting on another planet, and Denis Villeneuve is shooting it, who did Sicario and Arrival. It was an honor to do that with him, and it's a pretty stellar cast. I've never been a part of something so big. There was a book by Frank Hubert that did Dune was made. I want to say like maybe in the 80s, and it's a retelling of that. And I get to play this character named Duncan Idaho, who is kind of like this master swordsman who's made the right hand man to Duke Leto, who is Oscar Isaac's. And he's kind of he's the first person to land and who's sent out to land on Dune. And that's when I meet the character of that Javier Bardem plays, which I can't believe I had scenes with Javier Bardem. And then it's him and Timothée Chalamet, Josh Brolin, and Rebecca Ferguson, and Stellan Skarsgård. I'm like, it's a pretty massive film, and I got to be like this little, he's kind of the Han Solo-esque of the group. He's kind of the rogue warrior who protects Timothée Chalamet, and he serves Oscar Isaacs.
What a great cast! Oh my God,
it's a massive.
Everybody, unbelievable. Yeah. And that comes out in December, right?
Yeah, it comes out in December. Yeah, but it's okay. I've never got to work with that kind of talent before, so it was pretty scary. I was a little, my first day at work, I'm not usually hired to be the guy that does all the exposition and does all the sci-fi jargon, but I was the guy, and I got Javier and Brolin and Oscar and Timothy, and I was super nervous, man. It was pretty, and it's like one of the key scenes in it. And so I'm excited for everybody to see it.
It's always good to get nervous. It's always good to still get excited to do something new.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Speaking of, I'm excited. This is a very cool thing and especially the timing right now. Tell everybody about your water.
Well, we've been doing our water for Mananalu, which is we're trying to stop the plastic pollution, and so we're just giving an alternative for people, and so we're getting it into stores. When working a lot with Walmart, and so we'll be having it in in your hometowns pretty soon. Obviously, after the coronavirus, we took everyone's just calming down right now, so we're taking a lot of our supplies and we're donating to a lot of places that need it. So we're donating 20,000 cans to the Navajo and Hopi families, because there's a lot of places that are just not having clean water and wanting to be able to get it to first responders. And so, wanting to work with you and be able to spread and get some of our donations out there is most important.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, to learn more about Jason's water, go to our website. Jason, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. And I will see you soon. Stay safe. And my love to the family.
I love you. Thank you for having me.
Love you too. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Andy. Ellen asked me to remind you to subscribe to her channel so you can see more awesome videos, like videos of me getting scared or saying embarrassing things, like ball peen hammer, and also some videos of Ellen and other celebrities, if you're into that sort of thing.